I'd like to offer some tips on leading trauma-informed mindfulness meditation. And this video is particularly geared towards those of us who teach meditation, as well as those who might supervise or oversee teachers in facilities that they're responsible for. Before we dive in, I just want to say, if you're watching this on YouTube, please check out the other videos, and I invite you to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I do a couple of videos every week so you don't miss upcoming videos. And give us a thumbs up if you like what you're doing. And if you're seeing this on social media, just know that a Mindful Emergence has a YouTube channel that you can go to. So let's talk about this. What I really want to do is share with you what I've learned as a meditation teacher over the years. And to point out that many of us have experienced trauma, many of those that we work with have, and it's very easy for us to get triggered and actually re-traumatized in groups where meditation, or one-to-one, where trauma-informed meditation is not being utilized. So I'm going to give you some specific concrete tips that I've learned. The first one that I want to share with you is it's very important that those of us doing this understand that everything is optional. We have options. So this is reflected in the language that we use. So I make a point of making it sound, or offering it as suggestions. If you'd like to do this, when you're ready, so it's not a directive and people aren't feeling threatened in that way. For example, options: they can sit, they can stand, they can lie down. They have the option of leaving the room if they want to, if they need to. Now, obviously, if you're in a clinical setting, you need to make arrangements with other staff. If somebody leaves, they just don't wander off, that they can be engaged by someone who can say, hey, are you doing okay? Do you need anything? This type of thing. So that is critically important. I also will say, use language like, if you want to close your eyes, feel free if that feels comfortable, or you can leave your eyes open. I think it's very important not to insist that people close their eyes. That can feel very, very unsafe for those of us participating in it. Also, if they are lying down, or even if they're just sitting, I never move around the room. That would feel, for me, it could feel threatening or unsafe if somebody's moving around, especially if I've opted to close my eyes. So I avoid doing that. So I also always start every meditation by grounding people. Many of us, when we sit down to do a meditation, may be experiencing anxiety. And so it can be very, very helpful to begin the meditation by bringing my awareness into my touch points and how I'm connected to the ground, to the floor, to the earth. So when I begin the meditation, I will invite people, there's a great word to use, I invite them to feel their feet on the floor, their back, their bottom in the chair if they're sitting. Maybe notice their hands in their lap or on the furniture. Feel their eyes closed, their eyelids touching if their eyes are closed. So I take them through these different touch points to help them relax and ground. That can be very, very helpful. Another thing I do is I will avoid asking them to take a deep breath. I know that many of us may feel that it's helpful if we just but that actually can activate a fight or flight response, especially if someone is already teetering in that amygdala kind of state. So instead, what I would encourage you to do is invite people to come to their breath, feel their breath, and then extend the exhale. Invite them as they exhale to see if they can lengthen it a little bit. And this will help bring them into the parasympathetic nervous system and perhaps help them soften and relax a little bit more before you take them through any kind of instructions. Be careful with sounds and smells, I would suggest. I've learned over time to avoid using any kind of scented candles or incense or anything like that. Those smells could activate someone. Also, the sounds themselves. Now, I do use some bells. I sound the bell once at the beginning and I sound it at the end. And I tell people what to expect. I say, I'm going to ring the bell to invite you into the meditation. And at the end, I'm going to ring it 3 times. And be careful about making it too loud, especially at the end. So I just barely touch the bells at the end, especially for that first ring. And before I do it, I tell people, I'm going to ring the bell now to signal the end of our time meditating, and then I gently ring it. So avoiding that startled response and making sure people know what to expect. So I've covered the main points that I really wanted to cover. And if you want to talk about this, you can go to our website, mindfulemergence.com, and you can contact me through that or make comments on social media or in the YouTube channel. I'd be happy to talk with anyone, share my experience, not only as a teacher, but as a person who's experienced severe trauma as well. And I just want to be helpful. So hope you found this useful.